What's up? So in one of the last videos, I gave a little recap of my ADCC experience, and I told you guys I talked about CJI a little bit, but I wasn't able to watch it at the time because I had just got done traveling after competing at ADCC. You can watch that video if you want to hear more about that, but this video is not about ADCC. I finally was able to watch CJI, the Craig Jones Invitational, and I watched pretty much all of it. I didn't watch all the matches, there were a couple of the big boy matches that I kind of watched for a couple seconds and just fast forwarded through. But I want to talk about the good, the bad, and some other things, including the recent Gordon Ryan response to the Nicky Rod call out. The good. There was so much good about this. Number one, the cause behind it is awesome. I mean, even me as an ADCC athlete, I got paid $2,500 to show up at ADCC, even though I lost in the first round. That was not going to happen if it wasn't for Craig Jones. I have nothing against ADCC at all. I was lucky to be there. I got the invite. You guys know this. But it was nice to get paid for it. The good, obviously, everyone knows everyone got $10,001 to show up. The winners got $1 million, Nicky Rod and Cade being the winners. But besides all the back end stuff, let's talk about just purely the jiu-jitsu. Gosh, dude, most of the matches, especially at -80, were just so good. They were fire. They were amazing. Everyone's favorite match was Cade Rotolo versus Andrew Tackett. I love that match. I mean, just honestly put an Andrew Tackett video on and I could watch him for hours. He's probably my favorite grappler right now. I learned a lot. Like I said, watching Andrew specifically, I'm practicing outside passing a lot, and I learned a couple of hand grips that I've been playing with in practice, so thank you, Andrew. There weren't as many submissions as I expected, but I mean, there's so many high-level guys. It is what it is. Number two was Nicky Rod looked invincible. I mean, he just looks better and better every time. Obviously, he's one of the best guys in the world. He just kind of killed everybody. I believe 4 matches, 4 rear naked choke victories. I think the match that made me the happiest watching him was the Owen Livesley one, because the last time they had a match at Quintet, he just kept shooting Owen Livesley out of bounds, and it had to keep getting reset. With this one, he took Owen to the wall, the angled walls, took him down, took his back, and choked him, and it was awesome. I mean, what else can I say? He won the $1 million. He looked great. I would not have said Felipe Andrew was going to be his finals match, but that's jiu-jitsu. The Ruotolos look human. That was my next point. They're so amazing, but Ty got hurt, and even when Cade won, both the guys looked extremely human. I mean, that's the coolest thing is, lots of fans want to criticize people, but I mean, it's kind of the same thing that happened with Mika Galvão the ADCC weekend, or I guess ADCC/CJI weekend. They all look human, and I think that's the cool thing to realize that they are human. And yeah, it was just awesome to see guys not just intimidated by them, specifically Levi Jones-Leary and Jason Wolf. They just went hard. They tried to take them out the whole time, so that was really awesome. I really love seeing them look human, because it can be really boring when there's almost this God complex that but athletes give previously accomplished fellow athletes, and I felt at this tournament they did not do that. The Craig versus Gabby match was kind of weird, but it was funny. The big one and the final one was Levi. I've been watching Levi since I started doing jiu-jitsu about 3.5 years ago, before he was super famous, because I fell in love with bolos, kind of wedging back take bolo stuff. So I watched a lot of Levi, I watched a lot of Philippe, I watched a lot of Kynan, when all three of those guys all three of those guys were very popular for taking people's backs with some sort of bolo or wedging back take. And so I studied a lot of Levi before he even became super big, and honestly, I was not surprised by his performance. But I would say besides Andrew Tackett, Levi was my second favorite guy to watch. The Cade versus Levi match, some will say it's boring. I get it. Levi's guard's so good and Cade is so dangerous that it's hard to open up for either of those guys. So if you actually have competed at any level that would be considered high, even though that's really relative, right? You would watch that match and be like, okay, this makes sense. It was boring a bit, I found, but it made sense. Now the bad, honestly, I don't think there was too much bad at all about this event. The only thing that I didn't like, it just as a viewer going back to watch it, I didn't watch it live, so maybe you guys have a different opinion. It was too long. The same at ADCC, too long, both events. But CJI in particular was even longer. I think it was 8 or 9 hours the first stream. So getting through a lot of those matches took me a long time. And maybe that's one of the pros of having 2 mats. But then again, if there's 2 mats, I can't exactly watch all the matches, so I don't really know the answer to that. So it was awesome that it was one map because you got to watch all the matches. But then it also sucked because it was so freaking long. I don't really answer, but genuinely speaking, that was pretty much the only bad that I took from the tournament. It was too long. Again, I felt the same with the ADCC. I felt like it was way too long. The second day when I was there, after I'd lost, I felt like I was there all day, like 7 to 8 hours. It just kind of sucks. Tournaments kind of suck for that reason. So it's like, I don't know, maybe make these events 3 days instead, but I get it. Statistically speaking, or logistically speaking, it's really expensive. But other than that, man, I thought CJI was so good. There's no bad to it. The cause is amazing. The Fair Fight Foundation's amazing. Craig's a little petty, but he's also hilarious, and he just did something really good and gave lots of people opportunities, including me, including a bunch of the other guys who got invited to ADCC. And now we're going to talk about like just closing this out, like the closing thoughts with CJI. Nicky Rod won and he called out Gordon. Gordon just responded today, as of, what is today? As of the 28th of August, when this video is being filmed. I don't know when this drops, but the 28th of August, Gordon responds, and he has some, I would say, decent stipulations. I hate no time limit matches, but he wanted a no time limit match where both guys are forced to wear a long sleeve rash guards and spats underneath their shorts, because apparently, and I don't know, apparently Nicky Rod has been accused of greasing by Mason Fowler, Yuri, Gordon himself, and someone else. And yeah, he's like, let's do this $1 million bet match. Nicky Rod called him out. Gordon responded. Gordon's terms, in my opinion, are not that bad. If you think you're the better guy at jiu-jitsu, who cares what type of clothing you're wearing? The friction should be even better for you. I hope this happens, because right now, besides, I would say the Nicky Rod and Kynan match, well, that would be second, but right now, the Gordon versus Nicky Rod match is the only one that matters. Nicky Rod versus Kynan would be second, then Gordon versus Kynan, which is going to happen anyways. So that doesn't even need to be discussed, but I really hope this happens, because if it doesn't, there was a lot of talk, and it's going to be really weird to have given a lot of talk from the other side of the fence if they don't respond to Gordon Ryan and they don't accept a match under those terms. I get it. Some people would be like, it's a lot of rules. I agree, but it's a match. It's the match that Nicky Rod wants, and he's very confident he's going to win. I'm confident that he can win. Might as well take the match. Even if it's no time limit, go out there, figure it out. If Nicky Rod takes anyone's back, he can choke anyone. That's pretty much my opinion on it. I'm not team New Wave. I'm not team B team. I'm not team Nicky Rod. I'm not team Gordon Ryan. I'm just kind of team jiu-jitsu. I was both an athlete and a fan, and I just want to see the match happen. So let's hope that Gordon is healthy, because I guess he said he needs to get healthy. Let's hope this match happens in 2024, if not early 2025, because I'm really excited. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think. What were the bad things about CJI? What were the good things or the great things? What was your favorite match? If there was one thing you could change about CJI, what would you change? As far as Gordon's call out or response to Nicky Rod's call out, do you think it's fair? Do you think it's stupid? Let me know below. Thanks for watching, guys.